Starting a business takes up a lot of time, and with a family, it might seem impossible to do both. But with these tips coming up in this video and some patience, it's not as impossible as it seems. See, the key to anything in life, whether it's working for yourself or working for someone else, is you have to find that work-life balance. And what I mean by that is, how much time are you spending working and how much time are you actually spending with your family? Being a full-time employee while also being a part owner of a small business as a team with my wife has honestly been one of the most stressful, but also one of the most rewarding opportunities that we've taken. And honestly, we've been able to find a good way to incorporate all these things into our family so that it's much less of a burden to handle on the day-to-day life. So finding that work-life balance is key and pivotal in anything that you do, regardless of if it's working from home or working at a job site or working for yourself. Whatever the business or the niche or the idea, all of these things, you're still going to have to find that work-life balance because your kids don't necessarily understand. Mommy and daddy have to go away in order to make money. And so the most important tip I could give anybody as parents is to make that time for your children. And if that means you have to sacrifice getting orders out on time or taking certain contracts around certain times, sometimes it could be sacrificing a dollar amount. Your family should always come first above everything else. And so while that seems like counterintuitive to what we're trying to do here, we're trying to make money, there is a balance that we can find where we can still make money and still be there for our children. One of the best tips I could give anybody is simply put things on hold when you can and set aside that time to say, okay, I'm going to turn off the devices. I'm going to turn off the social media. I'm going to turn off the TVs, and I'm just going to spend time with my wife and my children. And I know this seems a lot easier said than done, especially nowadays with the access to the internet. We constantly want to be entertained. However, we still have to remember we're here to raise our children, and they need their mommy and their daddy in their life in order to do that. So make sure you carve out time when you can, no matter what your schedule is, to just spend time with your wife and your kids. Take your wife on a date, take your kids to the playground, whatever that looks like for your family. The next thing that was quite a hurdle for me to learn is how to integrate my family into my business. And one of the ways that we found to do this is making this YouTube video. My son loves YouTube. No matter how much I try to keep him off it, he absolutely loves YouTube. And he gets his YouTube time, of course. And so one thing that I've found that really helps is when we make YouTube videos and I premiere them to launch, we'll actually sit down as a family and watch them and all laugh and poke fun of each other. And it's actually really, really fun and wholesome. And it gives my son an opportunity. He thinks it's like the coolest thing that mommy and daddy are on TV or on the phone or on YouTube because he's 5. And to him, that's just something really, really neat and cool. He doesn't quite know it yet, but I'm also inspiring him in the future to maybe even take his own leap to show, hey, there's nothing special about mommy and daddy. We're just trying to make a living the best way we can. And in order to do that, we're actually using social media to try to leverage what we're trying to accomplish. So at every opportunity you get, whether it's maybe you work construction and it's taking your son when he's old enough onto the job site, or maybe it's to go show them that complete project once it's finished, or maybe it's bringing them to work with you one day. Whatever the case is and that works for your model, I would just recommend that you integrate them at every step of the way. Now, they may not appreciate it in the moment, but I can promise you, and I remember this being a young kid, they will look back and see those times with their parents and cherish those moments, even if in the moment they seem like they don't want to be there. Which brings me up to my last point. Build your children up to be the entrepreneur that you want to be. It's so easy as parents to forget because we get caught up in the mundane of every day that we're actually raising our children to be the next generation of either a worker or an entrepreneur or a business head. And so we want to train our children to be who we want to be. And so if you have a vision of being an entrepreneur, you should try to maybe steer your children in that way so that they themselves can one day become an entrepreneur, just like you're trying to be. It's my dream one day that my kids don't work for anybody, but they work for themselves. And I feel like as parents, we always want our children to have a better life than we have. Guiding them and shaping them in a way that gives them opportunities to do that is an opportunity that we shouldn't miss out on. And that's one of my motivating factors of doing these videos and building the Facebook like we've talked about and creating this online website is that, one, I really want the flexibility in order to be there with my children day to day. And two, I also want them to be inspired by what mommy and daddy have done so that they can build for themselves a business or some sort of venture that they don't have to go and be chained down to a 9 to 5. There's nothing more beautiful than a family that works towards one common goal as a team. And by doing that, not only can it be fun for them, but it also can help you guys build together and mold together as a team. At the end of the day, as long as we're all working as a team towards this common goal of we want to build this team together and one day this may be yours, then that's a much different path that you can take when you're trying to balance out quality time in the household. If this video was helpful for you, I just ask that you please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're going to be releasing all kinds of content just like this. And also, if you don't mind, head over to Facebook. You can find us, search Bo & Co. I'll also post a link down in the description. And I'm also going to post a link for our website. You guys are more than welcome to browse around there, see if there's anything that you like. I will tell you, I would definitely hit up the Facebook because all the time we are posting all kinds of discounts and product launches that are coming. That's life with Bo & Co.